Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're here again. It's another Sunday and another video. Today's video is 4 projects that I've worked on this week. The first project is a pot that I've had for quite some time now, and when I bought it, fell in love with it, loved the colors, but now it needs a change. So that's project number 1. Project number 2 is a thrift shop find that I found, I think in October or November, and I love the item. I just wasn't sure how I wanted to make it over. So that was project number 2. Project number 3 is a little wooden tray that I found. I think I actually found it the same time I found project number 2. So I've tied both projects in together. They look really good together. And then lastly is a coffee table makeover that I did. So I am going to ask, if you haven't subscribed, would you please subscribe? I'm trying to get to that magic number of 1,000, which I've literally just learned that is apparently the hardest part of the YouTube channel, is going from 0 to your first 1,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit the little subscribe button and hit the bell, and that notifies you when I've uploaded a new video. Now, I do upload every Sunday a DIY or crafting video, and during the week, time permitting, I will upload a vlog. So I do want to apologise if my voice sounds a little weird. I've had a cold for about a week now, so my voice keeps coming and going, so I do want to apologise about that. So let's jump right straight into the video. Hi guys. Okay, so the first project I'm going to work on today is there's a big old pot, and I still like this pot. I like the size of it, I like the shape, and I like the texture of it. However, I don't like the colour of it anymore. It's kind of giving me Southwest vibes with the very muted colours. So the first thing I'm going to do is give it a really good wash, dry it down, and then I think what I'm going to do is I picked out some colours here, and I think I'm going to paint the entire vase in a cream colour chalk paint, and that'll be the base. And then I think I want to start doing like a gradient. So I've got like this grey blue. I'll start at the bottom, and then I think I'm gonna change to green and then end up with cream. I'm not sure how it's gonna look, so this is gonna be, we'll see how it goes. So the first thing I'm gonna do is give it a really good wash. And the brush that I'm using is a really soft brush, and I'm using a soft brush because I don't want to add any added texture. I want to keep it a nice smooth finish. Okay, the first coat is nice and dry. I'm going to go in with the second coat now. So the next colour I've introduced here is a very pale green, and I've mixed it with the cream so it blends in really nicely. And you probably can't tell in the video, but I am barely touching the vase because I want to do really light feathery strokes so I can blend it in really seamlessly. Okay, so here I've transitioned into the darker green colour now. So I've used the same cream colour as a base, but I've just introduced more of the green paint to darken it up. So as you can see, I'm using a paper plate to mix my paint on. I find it the easiest way to do this. So I've kept my darkest green that I've used on the plate, and now I'm introducing the blue-grey colour to the green, and as you can see, it's a really pretty colour. Now lastly, I'm just introducing a touch more of the blue-green colour to bring in the darkest colour at the base. So after I uploaded this video, I got hit with a copyright claim and realised that when I'm doing my talking right here, I've actually got my TV playing in the background. So I think that's why I got hit with copyright. So I'm going to explain really quickly what I'm talking about. So when I purchased this item from the thrift store, I really liked it, but I was unsure of what I wanted to do with it. And it's taken me this long to decide. So I've bought two colours of chalk paint. I've bought a black and a beige colour. Everything that's wood, I'm going to paint in black. And the tiles, I'm going to paint in beige. And then on top of the beige tiles, I'm going to do a stencil or a stamp. So let's get to painting. So as you can see, that chalk paint really did a great job of covering up all those tiles. Now I'm going to go in and paint the rest of the wood black. So the individual beige tiles that I painted, that took 3 to 4 coats on each tile. So that took me a nice little while to do this. And as you can see, I changed my mind. I didn't go with a stamp. I decided to go with a stencil instead. So this was the stencil that I used, and I got it from Michael's and it was $7.82. These are the paintbrushes that I used to do the stenciling with. They're actually Martha Stewart's brand, and I got them from Ross and they were $3.99. So here's the third project. It's a little tray that I found at the thrift store. I paid $8 for this item, and yeah, I think it's a nice little project. So with this project, I decided to flip the colours. As you can see on the table behind, I painted the wood black. On this item, I decided to paint the wood beige, and the tiles I painted black. So I'm going to use the same colour that I've used here to now try and do a print on these tiles. I'm hoping that these tiles are flat enough that it will take the print and not leave spaces. But anyway, this is what the print looks like. I got this from Hobby Lobby, $10.99. Ordinarily you would use an ink, but I'm gonna try and use chalk paint. We're gonna see. And if it's a complete disaster, then I'll just paint over and start again. Okay, so I'm just gonna paint this on. Here goes. Oh my gosh. Fingers crossed. Let's have a look. I can see where I've put too much paint over here, but I kind of like it. I can live with a bit of a smudge. I love the bee in the center. Let's try it again. Ah, that one didn't come out as nice. But, you know, it looks aged. We'll go with that, shall we? So I'm missing some colour up here. Some down here. One B. Oh, and if you can hear a noise, it's my washing machine. I love the bee. For a first attempt, I'm actually happy with it. So let's see what it dries like. I actually really like the faintness of this one. I think this one's my favorite. Anyway, let's let it dry and see how it turns out. I have this table, and underneath here some of the varnish came off. I hid it with some books, but as you can see, some of the varnish came off by one of those air freshener bottles that have the oil in. It got knocked over. One of the dogs knocked it over and it removed some of the varnish. I'm going to end up having to sand this back and either repaint it or revarnish it, but for the meantime I'm going to do some contact paper and see if that will look nice. Just as a temporary fix. Okay, so I bought this contact paper from Target. It's called Creative Covering, and it's 30 square feet. It's 18 inches by 20 feet. It was about $7, and I've gone for the marble design. So we're gonna give this a go, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's gonna work. So I gave this a good wipe down with a damp cloth to start with. Now the last time I used contact paper, I ended up with a bunch of bubbles in my project. So I'm hoping it's not going to happen today. Now I've used self-adhesive wallpaper, and that was very easy to work with. However, this is quite a bit stickier. So let's just see how this goes. Oh, already got some bubbles. Okay, so I'm smoothing with my right hand, and underneath I'm just ever so slightly pulling off the backing bit by bit, and I'm really hoping that I'm working in a straight line. Appear to be, but okay, no air bubbles. Yay! All right, so let me trim off this edge. So this is the finished product. I'm really happy with it. Went on really easy, no bubbles, and there's tons and tons of the contact paper left for future projects. Or if I have two smaller dogs that love to use this as a cut through, so if they scratch it, I've got more that I can just redo. Yeah, happy with it. Ta-da!